Hello, everybody. The unexpected host.
Thank you for the sick one over here. But you get to announce this month's or next month's
Yeah,
country.
I know.
Oh,
I
yeah,
told Melmac.
world.
I told Melmac earlier. I said you may need to remind me. So she's like the first comment here.
To remind you.
So I'm fairly certain it would be fairly obvious for most people to realize that the March country is Ireland.
Yay!
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
oh.
It's like for no obvious reason, it's Ireland.
St. Patrick's Day, perhaps.
Yeah, and she has a lot of really cool like prompts and things to go with
They
it.
are very cool.
Yes, so
Milmac
and
does such a good job with this stuff.
The creativity that she's put into it and the time of, I mean, it's just amazing.
Unbelievable.
taking the time to look up the cities and to try to put a prompt with the cities.
And a prompt with it, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I do believe she will be putting the prompts up pretty soon because she said she realized that nobody wants to wait for the prompts. They want them right now.
I know it's all the planning we got to do. The nice thing is, not only does she come up with the prompts that go with that country, she makes them vague enough that we can make them work. And that takes a lot of work to
Yeah,
do both sides of
because she's
everything.
taking off of what something from a city and then making it vague enough too.
Right? I mean, that's pretty amazing.
And she is reading Last Will and Testament by Molly McRae. Yay, I like that one.
I do too.
It's the first in the Haunted Yarn Shop. It's Be My Scavenger Hunt for new to you author. And I'm also reading in Fairleyfield by Reese Bowen. It's a historical romance.
Ooh, nice.
I like the Haunted Yarn Shop, but I tried her new one, the Haunted Shell Shop, and I did not care for
You
it.
didn't like it? I haven't tried that one yet, but I've been wanting to.
I
want
think
to try
it
her
was like
other
there was
one.
too many characters and just, and then there was some like folklore, and that was all introduced at the same time as a bunch of characters, and I don't know. I was just like, oh.
Sometimes they try to put too much in the first book, and I think they should ease you into something.
Yes.
They could hint to some folklore, but then ease it into some of the other ones a little bit.
The covers of those books are super cute, though, I have to say.
They are cute. It is, And I really like I said, I really like the yarn shop. But I just thought it was too much.
And doesn't she have like another one, like it's a like Scottish type?
She does have something else, but I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember what it is, but I want to try that one. It's been on my like want to read TBR for a while, but I just haven't ever got around to it.
The Highland Bookshop.
Yeah, that one.
Plaid and Plagiarism is the first book.
See, I thought Plaid was in there somewhere, but I was like, I don't know where.
And again, the covers are delightful.
Yeah, they're
so like basic, and they're great.
And so Pat says, "Good evening, everyone. I'm reading Haunting and Homicide by Ava Burks. I'm 30% in, and
excellent.
Don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you, Pat." And Mary Jo says, "Happy Monday. Still reading Dangerous by Amanda Quick. Hope everyone is having a good day. I hope you're enjoying that book. I have not read her yet, but I need to one of these days."
Hi, puppy. Come on.
Esther Jane says, "I finished If She Only Knew by Lisa Jackson. Has anyone else read this and found the 5 pepper spice annoying right in the middle of the thriller parts?"
Oh goodness.
It's been a while since I've read Lisa Jackson.
Yeah, see, like, I think I've only read one Lisa Jackson, and I wasn't a huge fan, and I haven't read any more, but I do need to try her again. But I was talking to her, and I'm like, I just don't think thrillers need spicy parts in there.
No.
And especially in the middle of 3. I said, that's just like an action movie where it's like they can take time out for the sex scene, but people are shooting at them, and somebody's trying to kill them, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Because, if someone's shooting at you, that's my first thought.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm going to die anyway.
The book can keep you warm while you're freezing up there in northern New York.
Right?
Sarah, didn't you read a category romance where they were like running from something and literally in the middle of?
Oh, I always joke about that with the romantic suspense. Like they're running through the woods and they like get to the cabin and it's like, there's killers out in the woods, but hey, we've got a spare 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Someone who thinks very highly of themselves and their skills.
Right?
Yeah. But she said she liked the thrillery parts, but she didn't care for the other part.
for the spicy parts.
Yeah. And we got 12 inches.
Ooh.
more.
You need that
Yeah.
book. You've got to have some heat.
It'll thaw the snow.
I know
Yeah,
what
go
it
put
is.
the book in
Because
the
I
snowbank
didn't.
and it'll melt it.
I don't know. Esther Jane was talking about 5 spices, and now she's talking about 12 inches. I'm starting to get concerned what you're doing up there, Esther.
That is concerning.
Right? On many levels.
I know what the problem is. I jinxed her and I didn't do my counterclockwise turning and
I
spit or
told you
whatever.
about that.
It's your fault.
And Kim says, "Hey y'all, reading Mrs. Claus and the Santa Land Slain by Liz Ireland, along with several other books." Hey, there we go, several other books.
Nice.
And I don't know why that reminds me, but I forgot to ask you guys what you're reading. But Mother Goose says, "AV, hi all. I'm reading the Little House Cookbook, and I'm starting Claire and Present Danger."
Yay.
Is that the book for February? Are we starting in February? Okay. I've read that series, but I want to reread it because that was
Yeah,
a great
I need
series.
to reread it too. I'm waiting till like probably next week, so then I can listen to it like right before.
I need to probably at least skim it because it's
Yeah.
Oh, I
really-
haven't read it yet, so I'm looking forward to it. I hope
Yeah,
they
I'll
get
need
to
to
it.
like it's one of those that I can like speed up on the like listening to it and just refresh my memory because I mean
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of it. I do know I liked it, and dinner was pizza, yummy.
Yeah.
I approve of that message.
And let's see, Nadine says, "Hi everyone, I'm reading We Three Queens by Reese Bowen, number 18 in the Royal Spinous Mystery. Dinner's lasagna. Yes, homemade." I'm going to Nadine's house.
Right? And we have 2 for the bingo. If we can get
I
a
know. I'm
third,
like, who else is reading this author? We need somebody else.
Yeah, we need one more person reading Reese Bowen.
Cajun says, "Hi everyone, reading Now or Never, Stephanie Plum, number 31.
Holy cow.
I need to read number 1.
Bukina says, "Hi everyone, I'm continuing Murder Comes to Marlowe by Robert Thurgood. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I need to get to the next one in that series.
Right.
I did like the first one. I don't know which one that is, but I did need it.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Hello, a bargain counter argument, and I'm going to go. Am I right? I think it's socks.
It's
I think.
Sock. Yes, yes.
I think I was like, I know I've been watching her content, and she's in my Discord, and I'm like,
Yes.
man, I
She
think
came
it's
over from Mama Lee's Love Street Romance.
Yeah.
Or that's where,
and says, "Good evening, my first time on Storm Springs. Yay!
yay!
Yay. Hold on. We shall celebrate.
Well, Kairu gives side eye.
Oh, Kairu, buddy. He's a new
Sorry, it's
person.
just
Smile.
Kairu has resting side eye. There's nothing he can do about it.
And Kat says, "Happy Monday evening, everyone. I'm eating dinner shrimp baked potatoes. I have never had shrimp baked potatoes, but now I want.
Sounds good.
Good. I need to go to the store." I am reading The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon.
Are you liking that book? I'm curious because I read it about 10 years ago and my youngest daughter read it right after me, and that's one of her favorite books. But it kind of
I
freaked me
guess
out.
you didn't care for it?
The winter
Well, it was
people.
good, but it was kind of scary.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
because
what it was,
it's
a horror
kind of
novel.
like a thriller horror type
novel.
of person.
I want to read it. I have a copy of it on Kindle. It's totally
Yeah.
not a Tiffany book.
Yeah,
And,
and I'm a big wuss, so it was kind of scary. But it was good though. It was a good story.
the horror club, that the Facebook group that I kind of participate in a little bit, and they always make fun of me because I never like their picks or whatever. She my friend Barb read it, and she was like, liked it, but there were certain parts where it was like kind of slow, and she was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna like it," but then it picked up, and then she ended up kind of liking it. So, but I never got around to reading it because I just had too much stuff. And Sock says, I got a horror novel and also a historical romance novella anthology called Cupid's Kiss. Cool.
Nice. That's one way of balancing your reading.
Yeah.
Already had a garden salad with some cheese and half a Portuguese roll for dinner.
Ooh.
Sock is like one of her first times in one of our sprints, and she knows the drill.
Yeah.
Thank
Well
you.
done. What are you reading? What are you reading?
What are you reading? What are you eating? What are you doing?
Following everybody else. They're like, well, they're mentioning all the
Take
food.
notes.
So-
Welcome.
Welcome.
Take notes. That's how it's done.
She's past initiation.
Bookish Individual welcome says, hi everyone. I'm reading A Letter to the Luminous.
Nice.
Nice.
Hi Jenny says, hi everyone. I'm reading Bride for a Day by Carolyn Brown.
Oh, I love
like
Carolyn Brown.
Me too. Yeah.
And Esther Jane says, I had chicken salad with almonds and cranberries.
Yum.
Nice.
And to Bookish Individual, she's like, how is it? Looks
Bless you, Preston.
intriguing. So let us know if you're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And Annie says, hi all, I'm reading River Rising by Jessica North for Retro Romance, published in 1977. Yay.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I don't know that one, but now I need to look it up. And Barbara says, okay, I did not see this at first. Hello, friends. I am reading We Solve Murder by Richard Osman, eating some nuts and drinking some sparkling water because I'm fancy.
Are you drinking it with your pinky up, Barb?
And and Barb, your procedure's on Friday, right?
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
I think so too. So we'll have to all on Valentine's Day. So
Yeah.
we'll have to get our dances in later.
Mm-hmm.
That has a doctor's appointment on Valentine's Day too.
Or
I had
early.
my biopsy on Halloween, which creeped me out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah. As long as the doctor was in costume, we're good.
So Bookish Individual says slow going, but in letter format, but it is intriguing.
Mm.
And Socks does love a letter format.
I do too. I enjoy that, like the mixed.
Hi,
media
Emily.
stuff.
Says, hi everyone. I'm working on the love elixir of Augustus Stern. And Barbara says, also because I have been so sick, I have not finished one book this year. I'm sad about it.
Aw, no, I feel you, Barb.
But once you're better, you'll be reading up a storm, Barb.
Believe me. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, you're just going to town now. It's like
I got something to live for now.
now you're like, whoa, now I have all these books
Oh
I
my
gotta
God.
read.
So I was driving. I have to share this really quickly. So I was driving Garrett home on Friday night, and I think I said this in the other sprints, but I don't know if you were here, Tammy, because I know you're always asking about the transplant and stuff. He says, on Valentine's Day, you say, "I love you with all of my heart." He says, now I have to say, "I love you all with somebody else's heart."
Emily says, also wondering if we're having school on Wednesday. Yeah, I think that's everybody. It's like
Oh,
Wednesday.
so there is mass. Yeah, they're calling for it for us too.
Mm.
I think Wednesday is the day that. Yeah.
The day.
Yeah, I made Dad reschedule his appointment because he had an appointment for Wednesday in Joplin, and I'm like, it's not an important appointment, and I'm kind of aggravated because they could have put the two appointments, the one he had last week with this one, and it's just to go up there for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, no, we're not going in this nasty weather just for this one thing. You can reschedule. But it happens that the doctors actually called him because they were rescheduling people because they probably weren't going to be there. So.
Oh, well, that worked out then. Good.
They're calling for it to be so bad up here that the morning people on like the morning show my aunt watches in the morning are contemplating getting a hotel downtown, so they don't have to go home and then come back in time to make the morning show thing on the news.
That's a smart thing to do, yeah.
Right?
I swear, I think some of our weather people, they must have cots in the back because when there's like whenever it's during the like tornado season and stuff, I mean they're there. It seems like 24/7. It's like like sleep there or what?
I used to work an hour and a half drive from home, an hour and a half each way drive from home. It was my first job, and it was like, whatever. So I did travel with a small suitcase in the trunk of my car, and I always had money in case I needed to book a hotel, and I had to do it a half a dozen times in the 5 years I worked for the firm. That, it was like I knew I wasn't going to, and then there'd be other people who would live 5 minutes away who'd be like, I can't make it in.
Yeah, I can't get out of my driveway.
Well, listen, I got here, so
I couldn't get out of I couldn't have snow days whenever my boss lived like 5 minutes away from me and she had a 4-wheel drive. I will come and pick you up.
Oh,
damn it. You guys might not remember, depending on where you live, but there was the blackout, I think, in 99 that took down the whole eastern seaboard, parts of Ontario, Quebec, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Anyway, I woke up that morning and we had power, and I drove into work, and I got to work, and there were half a dozen of us standing outside the office. We couldn't get in because everything was key card, right? Like you had to, right? And my boss showed up, and she pointed to all of us, and she wrote our names down, and she says, you are all off today with pay. Everyone who did not even try to show up are getting docked a day's pay. So I'm like, thank you. Bye. Driving back home.
Y'all tried to get here, so yeah.
But like she said, you guys at least made the effort because you never knew who had power and who didn't. Because I had power at home, but they didn't have, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm sure some of you in the comments probably remember exactly what I'm talking about.
And Sophia says, hi everyone, I'm reading Dragon Well Dead by Laura Child.
Hi, Sophia.
And Melmax got
yes,
the emojis.
It's so good to have Melmax back.
Yes.
Yeah, it says, hi Storm, hi Tiffany, hi Tammy, Sarah, and in chat, I'm reading The Innkeeper of Ivy Hill by Julie Clausen, I think. I finished Tulips for Augusta. Yay! And Purple Reinhardt says, hi Stormy, Tiffany, Tammy, and Sarah, reading Candy Cane Time 5.5 in the Amish Candy Shop series.
I really love the novellas in that series. They are just delightful.
I do. That's one of the series I do read, the novellas, because a lot of times I don't. But I like them because they're about usually Charlotte, and
it's part of the series, but it's not part of the series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I only read them because I could use them for a prompt or whatever. Because I probably would have never read them because yet. But I'm of the other opinion. I didn't really care for them that much. And Kim says I had barbecue sandwich and French fries earlier today. That sounds
delightful.
Yum.
And then Sock said to Bookish Individual just requested it from the library. So hope you.
Yay! Our work here is done. Somebody bought a book, requested a book.
Yeah.
It's been a trick sprint.
Kairu, and you hear the Darth Vader, it's Kairu snoring.
I was going to say, between him and Presley, the two of them could just like...
Yeah, I mean, he's a...
The Bibliophile Puzzler, which I believe is Robin, said, hello all, I'm reading book 15 for the month, which is book 65 for the year so far. It is Never Come Back by Carl Renard. I need to make more puzzles so that I can listen to.
I need to teach you how to knit sock, Storm, or something. So you just be like cranking out.
Bibliophile, that's amazing.
Well done, my dear. Well done.
Yay! Kat says, good news story. I have Until Proven Guilty by J.A. Jance. It is an omnibus with the first 3 books in the series. So let's buddy read. Yay! Can we do it after March 8th? Yes, we can. That was the one 80s book that I picked whenever I did my March Mystery Madness. I wanted to do an 80s book, but I wanted to deep dive into the 30s, but I still wanted to do like 80s.
Nice. Flesh Presley.
Somebody's going to buddy read me. I always offer, and then I'm like, probably nobody wants to read.
Oh, I got to open that thing in my Discord for our teacup book, Tammy. I'll do that during the spring.
Good.
Sorry, my brain's been elsewhere the last few days.
That's okay. I'm just getting excited. I think I have 6 Harlequins on my TBR this month.
Wow.
So I've been having fun with them.
Yay.
And from what I gather, a lot of people that have read Biddy Niels has really enjoyed her, so that was a good pick.
Yep.
And Barbara says, if they have a spare 5 minutes for spice, why bother?
Well, I was going to say, what are you going to do with the other 4.5 minutes?
And Terry Jane says, dang you, Storm, it started yesterday at 4 p.m. and ended 2 hours ago.
I mean,
and the Ireland prompts have been posted on the Discord. So.
Can't wait to go look.
Yes.
And she said, sock marionette. Yes, I'm impressed you remembered. I try. Sometimes I can, and sometimes I'm not very good at
To
it.
be fair, Sock is a unique name.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
To be fair.
Okay, so since I forgot to ask you guys at the beginning, before we do a reading sprint, Tiffany, what are you reading?
I finished Happy Place earlier today.
Yay! Was it a happy place or not?
It was
A mediocre place?
It was good. I mean, I think I gave it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it.
It was a decent
But I
place.
think after hearing
Was it
about
right?
everybody saying it's the most wonderful place on earth, I'm like, it was kind of that. But
Fair.
not because it was a bad book or anything. I enjoyed it. I
That's
did.
fair.
And then I'm starting Just a Little Promise, which is by Carly Phillips and Erica Wilde. They did a series together. I think this is maybe about I think I'm about 5 or 6 books in the series. So I'm starting that, and then I'm eyeball reading Goats Just Want to Have Fun, the second Hometown Hardware, and Deck the Donuts, which is like the 8th book.
I was going to say 7th or 8th.
7th book, I don't know, in the Deputy Donut. And I redid my Kindle for Valentine's Day.
Yay!
Oh, cool.
Nice. You're upside down, honey.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
That's cool.
I love that the Golden Girls make it on there regardless.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. They make it on every single time. I actually
Exactly.
pulled one off of my old one, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to get rid of that sticker yet. So I think I
That
might.
one? Oh, here you go, Tiffany.
Shady Pines, Mom.
Right?
I love it. Yay. But I can't read any of my ARCs. Both of my ebooks, I can't read on my e-reader because
Is that your fire?
yes. I don't know how to. Can you get ARCs on here?
You
I
should
can't
be.
get it. I can't get it on here so far.
You should be able to. Maybe one day, if you have some time, you and I can go onto one of these and just kind of try and,
You
figure
should
it out.
charge for tutoring.
No.
I'm kidding, but I really appreciate it. I really
No,
really
I'm more than
Yeah.
happy. That's why I said, like, it might be easier if we go back and forth on StreamYard or something.
yeah.
We'll
That
figure
would
out
be
a day that
amazing.
works for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just contact my boss.
I'll schedule it with Presley. I do
yeah,
what
thanks.
you
Yeah. I also finished a book.
Oh,
Finished
yeah.
The Women.
Oh, nice.
4 stars.
Uh-oh.
Not my favorite. I did enjoy it. I'm not saying don't read it. It's just there was a few things in it that I could have done without. The romance was one of them.
I was just wondering. I was like, you're like, this could be a 5-star, then 4 stars. I'm like, was it a bad ending? Because you know how that
No,
happens.
because you know what? At the ending, she always does it. The ending, one little part in the ending made me cry. She does it every time. She
Yeah,
always
yeah,
makes
yeah.
me cry. Always.
Agree.
Honestly, can you not sneeze on everything? I swear, he just comes up and sneezes randomly. So because I literally finished that 5 minutes before we got on here, I need something just a little bit lighter.
Uh-oh,
So
Sweet Valley. Sweet Valley.
Right? No. I picked this up the other night. And Cajun, are you here? Have you read these? Because I thought of Cajun. So this is called A Sugarloaf Valentine. And it's on Kindle Unlimited. And it's a cute little 7-book series called The Sugarloaf Bakery by Rosemary Whitaker. And there it says it's a sweet romantic comedy. And they take place in the UK, so they're chick lit. And there's, like I said, 7 of them. They're like 200 pages each.
Can
And
you
so
tell
far,
me the
I'm really
author one
enjoying
more
it,
time?
Presley.
What was the title?
Sorry, give me a second. I swear to
She's,
God.
she's blocking the sneezing. My goodness.
I'm not
that's
kidding you.
okay.
It's disgusting. Dude! The poor guy feels so bad.
Does he need some cold medicine?
He does need some freaking cold medicine. It's A Sugarloaf Valentine is the first book in the series. Yes, I'm reading the first book in the series. I went on to KU and I wanted something really light. And I went, oh, this one's called Valentine. Oh, it's the first in the series.
Have you
proud of me.
guys seen the Indiana Jones romances?
No.
No, I didn't know
Okay,
that.
I have to pull it up for you. I was like, oh,
I mean, I know they have Indiana Jones books, but I think they're adventure books. I never knew. They
yeah,
had
no, these are, yeah. Go ahead, Tammy. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. I'm going to be jumping between two books. This one's by Callie George, Heartwood Hotel, A True Home, and it's a cute little mouse book.
Oh, mouse
Oh.
book.
I think we can get this centered right. There we go.
Well, that just went on Storm's TBR.
And this is the one I'll probably be reading the most because I'm loving this so much. It's number 1268, Dark Star.
Oh, look at those covers.
I love that cover.
Oh,
And look at the
One of these
price.
times, somebody's going to hold one of these
$15.
up, and I'm going to be like, I have that one, but it hasn't happened yet.
Have you guys read this one? Anybody?
no.
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 Oh my God.
I've never heard of it. That's
I can't even get enough of this book. I'm really liking
so
it.
many of them. Like Storm said, like we all hold them up, and we're never gonna like. It's gonna be so rare that we're gonna have duplicates.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I tell her, I'm like, I keep waiting for when she does a haul. I'm going to be like, oh, I have that one, and I have no, I don't have that.
Well, there are thousands, right?
4,900 currently.
Wow.
Well, look at this cover, though. I mean,
I know.
It is.
it's so fun.
It
So
almost reminds me of
he's her boss,
Of course.
and he owns a company, and of course he's selling the company. And he has inherited his family huge estate in Mexico with the rule that he has to be married within 3 months.
Oh.
And so she's engaged to someone, and he is dating her sister on the side. And she finds out. Yeah, I know. She finds out, and she breaks up that engagement. And so she runs back to him because he's asked her if she'll marry him to, and then they'll just get it annulled, and he's going to pay her a bunch of money. And they're just now heading off to Mexico. And I love this. This is so fun.
That is delightful.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
When you reading, Stormy?
Still reading on the Caroline's Waterloo.
I had to stop listening to you. I had to stop listening to you when you talked about that in your videos because I want to get that book and I don't want to know what else happened. So I have to fast forward you every time.
It's starting to get pretty good, yeah. And I talked about it a lot today, so yeah, you'll have to
FYI.
and everything. But yeah, I read a lot on it. I read 2 chapters last night. Like I wasn't sleepy, even though I was tired. I was just like reading away and stuff. I'm pretty invested. I want to know if he's ever gonna change his mind. And everything. But yeah, so we will go ahead and get into a reading sprint and read to the top of the hour, okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Happy
Happy
reading.
reading. So how was everybody's sprint?
It was
Oh,
good. I didn't get any. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Storm. They were about to kiss.
I'm sorry.
Come
Finally.
on. This is what I need right here.
Aww. I was gonna say I didn't get any reading done, but I did update my reading spreadsheet for finishing the other book, and I made my very exciting dinner of a piece of toast with peanut butter and Jello. So for my poor little stomach. So that's what I got done, and I'm sitting here with Missy, my nurse.
I decided to not scrap the audio I was reading, but I just decided that I wanted to start a Christmas audiobook.
As you do.
I don't know why. I just felt the joy in me. I let the spirit lead me. So I started Christmas Spark, which is the first book in a romance series by Cindy Steele. I actually read the first book. I think this is like a 0.5. So I figured I would go back and read it to appease Storm and make her. No, I'm kidding. I figured I could go back and read it. But I found those books I wanted to show you. So the first one, these are Indiana Jones romance books, and the first one is called Raiders of the Lost Heart.
Oh, I love it.
And then the second one's called Temple of Swoon, because the Temple of Doom.
Yes, Temple of Doom.
They're very cute, and I mean I haven't read them, but they're very cute covers, and I'm very interested in trying these.
Interesting.
I have to try them. Yeah.
I am on page 121 of, I think, 189.
Ooh, you're getting close.
Getting close.
Yeah.
I think that the female is starting to irritate me a little bit, though.
Oh no. Dun, dun, dun.
I kind of think that that Radnick's trying a little bit or whatever, but she keeps you only want me as a sheet anchor is what she says, because he just wants her to just be there, not But it's like, well, he's trying because he said you look pretty, and it's like, take it as what it is. He doesn't give compliments very much. Come on.
Take what you can get.
Yeah.
Can you? Thank you.
Let's see. And so Mary Jo said that Cajun, I'm going to read now or never after my current read.
Mm.
And Esther says, I am now reading Old Girls Behaving Badly by Kate Gallery.
I had. Are you liking that, Esther Jane? I had that checked out, and then I don't remember why. I think it was like over Christmas, and I was like, "There's no way I can get to this," but I need to know if you're enjoying it. The cover and title grabbed me. It was like an impulse checkout. I don't know anything about it, but.
Hermione says, hi everyone, currently reading Feral Sins, book 1 in the Phoenix Pack series by Suzanne Wright on Kindle. Also reading Lone Warrior by Bobby Smith for retro romance, and 911 Colton book.
Excellent.
And Cajun says, we can talk after you read it, Mary Jo. I am about 35% in and have thoughts. And Hermione says, I'll probably be mainly reading Feral Sins tonight, though. And Sock says to Hermione, Bobby Smith is one of the writers in my anthology. Ooh, and I think that name, I have seen that name when I was thrifting. I didn't pick up anything by her, but I think.
Yep.
I graduated high school with a Bobby Joe Smith.
There you go.
Just saying.
And Kat said, Tammy, I'm liking it so far. I just started it yesterday evening, so not too far into it. It's the Jan-Feb selection for my book club, the Bookworm Club. It also counts for Folklore February.
Oh, excellent.
I keep forgetting to mention in my daily reading vlogs, but I have finished 2 little picture books for your Folklore February.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Kat.
Mm-hmm.
And the Shannon says, "Hi all, I'm reading Kingsley Book Boyfriend for the romance author event here in is it Cincy this month, and a bit too spicy for me, but trying to read at least one of each author visiting. Penny Reed is my favorite."
Oh, I love me some Penny Reed.
And Barbara says, taking the toe Friday, I
Oh,
told them
yes.
only the toe, leave the foot and the leg. The doctor promised, so that the foot and the leg looked fine.
Oh my
I'm picturing
goodness.
her marking with magic marker. Do not touch.
Yeah.
Do not go above
Only
this
touch
line.
here. Yeah.
Emily says, we started with predictions of 1 to 3 inches, then 3 to 5, then 6 to 8. Now a 40 to 60% chance of 4 to 7. Ew.
Oh, good Lord.
Keep that up there with you, Emily. I don't want
You know? Garrett just sent me a picture. He's on his break. He's standing outside and it's freaking snowing. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
And Esther Jane says, "Whoa, we're having sunshine on Wednesday."
It's coming to the rest of it.
Everybody else is getting the snow on Wednesday. She's having the sunshine, but she's already got the snow.
To be fair, after the dump, I think she deserves it.
That's what I'm saying. She's already got the snow. So.
Thanks.
Sark says they're predicting about 1 inch or so for my part of Connecticut. We live right on the band on the weather map, though. Barbara says, also told I will not ever be a ballerina. I mean, I was not before, but options are nice.
You know, I options are nice. That's
Maybe
hilarious.
modern. Sock says maybe modern dance.
I know my surgeon said to me recently, he's like, eventually you could run a marathon one day. I said, don't worry, that's never happening.
The book that Julianne Lindsay, killed me.
Yeah.
She made me a prima ballerina. I was like, finally a ballerina, and then you off me? Like, what?
Hi, Sonia says, hello, everyone. It's a screen full of my favorites. Hope you all have a great Monday. Just got home, not reading yet.
Hi, Sonia.
And Robin said, thank you. And Emily says, happy place is my angry place because they are so immature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember. I knew Emily didn't like that one. So.
Yeah.
Pat said, went for labs this morning and the doctor finally found a cough medicine that the insurance covers. It's a green in color and taste and yucky taste. Take every 6 hours and no hacking cough so far. Well, that's good.
Hey, bonus.
Yeah.
I guess if it's gonna be yucky, it better work, right? So
yeah, I was gonna say, take your cough medicine and then drink something nice afterwards and like switch it around.
Right?
Yeah.
I always tell my granddaughters, suck it down, get it over with.
Yeah. It's like hold your nose and
That's always how I did it too. Just hold your nose as far to the back of your throat as you possibly can and swallow it.
Get it back in there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Robin said that 90% of what I read are arcs from NetGalley or publishers, and I read them on my Kindle device. Cool.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Emily says, I finished Keeper of the Lost City Legacy yesterday. One of my beefcake challenge tags done. Yay.
I was going to say, Emily calls it the beefcake, or, to everybody else it's the beefcake challenge. To Emily, it's just reading.
Yeah, reading, yeah.
It's just a Tuesday.
Right?
Sock says, I met Kristen Higgins over the weekend. She's very hilarious on the topic of being confused with Kristen Hanna.
She is like my number one author of all time. I'm jealous.
Sure she does get mixed with Kristen Hanna. I think I mix her with Kristen Hanna sometimes.
Oh, no, I know
both of them separately, I mean.
It would be very easy with the similar names.
Yeah. I can see them like being shelved in a bookstore or something, right? But Kristen Higgins. Oh, some of my favorite. One of my top 5 books is by her. Oh.
And
I'm jealous
honestly,
of
when after I read that and then I read the last part, I was like, did I say the first part right?
That's so cool,
And
Sock. That's really neat.
That is very cool.
Cajun says, oh, going to look that up.
I think my book that I was
Yeah.
And
then
she's
poor little
finished it now.
Kirsty. And thanks, Sarah.
You're welcome. I'm always here to enable.
Yeah. Hi, Debbie says, hi, all. Tiffany, I wondered when you are sending it to your Kindle, are you sending it to the right Kindle? Example, as I have gotten new ones, it would be like Debbie's first or second Kindle.
So we'll walk through it, Tiff.
Okay, yeah. And also, like, some of them, the ones from NetGalley I can get. But the two that I'm reading now
Are from publisher?
Those just want to have fun. The author sent me like a
I can help you with that. I know
Okay.
what you're trying to
Is it like a PDF?
Now that we
Because
broke
there
it
is
down?
a way to get
Yeah.
those on
So
there.
it's
Yeah.
only showing up
We're
on my
good.
computer. Yeah.
We're good. Okay. I can
Yeah,
help you
that-
figure that out one day whenever you've got some free time.
I was going to say, I
Thank
think that
you.
one's pretty easy to figure out. So
Yeah, now that you've explained what you're trying to do, I can figure that out.
Cool. Thank you so much. And thanks, Debbie.
It is by Narina Hilliard, but you can't see it very well on the cover. So let me just open it up and show it this way. Can you guys see it?
not really. It's kind of fuzzy.
Okay, it's Nerina, and then Hilliard is Hilliard.
That cover really reminds me of a Sweet Valley High.
The old school, yeah.
Yes. The old Sweet Valley
I can
High.
see that.
And Cajun just say good point. They have different Kindle addresses. So yeah.
Yes.
And then Sock said Dark Star, the mess without the spice.
That's why I love it.
Right? Those old ones are right up
And
your
then
alley.
Angel says, okay, I need to read that. So I don't know if it's the one you were talking about or.
Well, we're encouraging each other, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. And then Pat says, thanks, Sarah. I will be reading that book on Valentine's Day. I need a romance book for my challenge on my Kindle.
You're welcome.
Go.
So there you got two people. You helped two people out. And hi, Paula says, hi, all. I am on my last sprint, but I wanted to pop in and whoop the like button. Thank you.
Nice.
And Pat says, read 2 chapters. I'm really not into this book. Uh-oh.
Oh, Pat, what are you reading again?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know what
I
she's
think I'm
reading.
going to try A Banquet Hall Murder by R.M. Murphy. He is my scavenger hunt for Sunday. There you go.
Oh, nice.
And Mary Jo is 129 out of 338. And Angel started a new chapter.
Nice.
Okay, Cajun. And liking Eclair and Present Danger so far. Yay. And Sock says, well, I decided which of the novellas I'm not going to read. And Purple Rain Heart Maid's 51%.
Nice.
Sarah says, hi, everyone. I'm continuing to read Eclair and Present Danger. I'm 63% of the way through. Awesome.
That may have been our bingo.
Purple Rainheart was reading something last week that I really wanted to know if she was liking. Purple Rainheart, what did she read last week?
By the way,
And
tell
she'd
me
be
about
like,
the book. I
I
can't
read
remember.
all 3 things. Which one?
There
Yeah.
was something she was reading last week in the sprint, so I was like, oh, I have to know what she likes. I think it was a berry basket book by Sharon Farrow.
Mm.
If somebody was reading
Yeah, I
that,
think
because
it
we're
was.
like, I hope you
think it
like
was.
it. I remember.
Yeah.
Good memory.
Yeah. Emily said got to page 180 or 300. Wait, just 300?
She's reading a novella.
That's right. It's a magazine to her.
It's a
Given
pamphlet.
that I started this yesterday evening, I'm making great progress. Well, it's because it's only 300 pages.
4 pages, yeah.
Are making great
My
progress.
goodness, this book is reading. Well, it's the same. I just grabbed this one to read next. The Women was almost 500 pages, and this is 192. I'm like, my God, this is a novella.
And Annie says got to 15%. And Sock says the Cajun, I know that feeling. Emily says, I don't care so much for Raiders of the Lost Heart.
Oh, interesting.
And then
It just
DeShannon
looks
says,
so
I'm
cool.
reading Raiders of the Lost Heart. I love it. Moderate spice. So there you go. Got one
Okay.
that didn't care, one did. So,
All right.
and that's funny because they were like back-to-back comments.
Right?
And Pat says, gonna tell y'all good night, getting sleepy. Take care. Happy reading. Bye, Pat. Thanks for hanging out with us. And then down here she says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, people.
How many more people are adding to this Facebook post, guys?
Oh, these books. Sorry, it took me a second. I just looked them up. The Raiders of the Lost
I was like,
Ark.
I think I've heard of them after
I
she
want to read
said
this so bad. It looks so
And I
cute.
know, doesn't it look really cute?
they look cute. Some things in the plot of Raiders was just not developed, and they needed to be. It was a super cute premise.
Gotcha.
I'll try them anyway.
Yeah, and then Sock says the title and the covers of Caroline are familiar, and the Betty Neal's Hero of 1,000 Gifts certainly rings a bell, but the rest of the plot, not sure. But then I would have read it in the 1980s. And it's funny because like Mitzi was talking about her Betty Neal's book today on her video, and I was like, it sounds surprisingly a lot like mine. I was like, and it's set in Holland, which is where mine is now. So I was like, wait a second.
Hold on. What's happening here?
So it's like she must have liked Holland to put where she put hers. So Kim says, I decided I didn't want to read on Hoopless, so started Death by Misadventure by Tasha Alexander, 18 in Lady Emily. Wow. See, I've got Tasha Alexander, I believe, that on like my I need to read list, but I didn't know there was 18.
Good Lord.
I was like, wow, okay. And
That's well past your 2, Storm.
I read 10 pages in the winter, people. Tiffany, I just started it, and it's okay so far. Just only 2 chapters in.
Storm, did you put a book called Terror Tower on hold?
Yes.
Okay. Yesterday I may have accidentally deleted it, and I went, shoot, I don't think that was mine, so I put it back on hold for you. So my apologies if you're a bit further down the list.
That's okay, because I'm not. I can't read it right now anyway. I got all these 2.
I know, I forget. Sometimes I'll message Sarah and I'll be like, Sarah, is this your book or mine?
I was going to
like,
say
it's my mom's.
Storm, but I wasn't being stupid.
And we said, hello, good people. I'm currently reading Dust and Shadows by Lindsay Fay. It's on the account of the Ripper killings through the eyes of Dr. John Watson. Always in my Holmes era.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Holmes is where the heart is going on right now, so you're fitting in real good.
Perfect.
And Elevator, I like that. Right? I'm really loving Hunger Games. What's y'all's favorite characters, if you know? I didn't like Hunger Games.
All of them. I love all of them.
I haven't read that book in 10 years.
I haven't read them in a long time either, but I sure need to pull them back out and read them again.
I only ever read the first one. I never went any further.
I almost DNF'd the first one, but I read it all, but I never went any further either.
Not that I didn't like it. I just didn't go any further. I don't know why.
You were pulling a story. You know, I read book 1.
Yeah.
Come on, work with me here. And
but I have to say, I love PETA. I would say he's my favorite character. I do like PETA. And I'm also curious, is this the first time you've read the series?
Ooh, good question.
And if it is, what book are you on?
And who is your favorite character, Elevator?
Right?
Yeah. That is an amazing name, by the way.
I like it. And Melmac said, Sarah and Cajun and anyone who is reading a book set in the country for the readathon, Ireland, is an easy peasy one. It is.
I just read a book set in Ireland. It's a category romance. It's a newer Harlequin special edition, and it features diverse characters. and it is also a behind closed doors romance. And it's the
Oh,
road trip
nice.
rivalry where they're flying to Dublin and their plane has to go down in Cork or something like that, and they end up getting scammed by a little old lady to take her on a road trip through Ireland to Dublin. And it is the most delightful story because she's an older Indian mother, like grandmother type, and you don't want to say no to her, right? And she knows what's best because of arranged marriages and all the things. Road Trip
That's
Rivalry by Mona Schroff. I read it last month. It was delightful.
that
So if you
sounds.
want an Ireland book,
Does
there you
sound
go.
really good.
Yep.
And Kat says, "Yay, Stormy! I'm all about reading picture books for Folklore February. I have 2 on my TBR. Yep, I think one of them you might have mentioned. It was called Lone Popo. I think it was like a Chinese. I think it was a Chinese Riding Hood or something like that. Little Red Riding, kind of a version of Little Red
Oh,
Riding.
cool.
It was interesting." And Elevator says, "Any book Rex?" Well, that is mighty hard if I don't know what kind of books that you would like. So, what kind of books do you?
Yes, let's start
I
there.
have book Rex.
I was gonna
Calm down,
say,
Christy, calm down. We'll be here all night. No, I'm just
would you
kidding.
like cozy mysteries? She
Tiffany's
has,
your person.
yes, she has book Rex.
Cozy mysteries or romance. I can give you. I
Yeah,
can give
or
you.
romance. Yeah,
Between all of us here, I'm sure we can definitely help.
we
Yes.
can hit a few different genres, I believe.
So, what kind of genres do you want? But
That's
yes,
right.
And Barbara says, "In my book, we solve murders. Rosie is my favorite."
Louis Somers. Oh, I love Rosie. Rosie is a freaking hoot and a half.
And Robin said she read 25 pages, and I'll read a couple more than we need to pop into a reading sprint. And just one page away says, hello, everyone. Glad I made it. I can only stay for a few, but I want to say hello anyway. By the way, whenever I miss the sprints, I rewatch them. It helps me to keep up with my readings. So thank you
Well, that's
all.
wonderful.
I love that, Marie. That's awesome.
And Elevator says, "What are y'all's favorite books?" Well, that is a loaded question, Elevator.
Again. Depends on the day.
I can say, like, pretty much without a doubt, like, the Discovery Witches is my favorite. So
Outlander.
The Cheese Shop by Karina Moss. I'm gonna stop there, but I have a list of favorite cozy mysteries series if you would like them.
If you would like my top 50, I can definitely.
Listen, it's not 50, it's like top 48.
No, yeah, sorry, my bad. Hilarious.
And Cajun says the Melmac, this Brazil book is about to get the best of me. Cozy, it is not. I wondered by the cover. I was like, I had a hard time. I tried to find you a Brazil book, Cajun, and I could not find one that I thought she would enjoy because I know what kind of book she likes, but I just couldn't find one.
Excuse me.
But I seen she had one, and I was like, that doesn't look very Cajun. And Elevator says it's pretty snowy for me. I don't know. Yeah. And Kim says we are looking at 71 on Wednesday. Here we're getting all kinds of nasty, and you're getting that.
Right.
And I'm not quite sure what that is. I cannot. I don't know what that. Oh, dance. I think that's what it is. Okay. And then Mary Jo says, glad they figured out your medication pad.
Agreed.
Okay, and so we will go ahead and read, and because I'm a little bit tired this time, I'm going to do a read till 50 so that we can come back and
sounds wonderful, Storm.
I only had like 3 hours and 45 minutes sleep.
No, we totally get it.
No worries.
I need to go back to my kiss.
Yes,
So,
you do.
yes.
Get back to
I better not need 20 minutes to get to that.
You're right.
So happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Your sprint.
Mine was good. I got to like 32% in my book because it's a novella, so it's gonna read really
Nice.
quick. Yeah.
I read the first chapter in The Cat Who Ate Danish Modern because I needed something really, really light after The Women. So I could have picked up the Valentine book, but I wanted to start this one. So, and I grabbed my snack for this evening, which is Hello Kitty goldfish crackers.
Ooh,
They're
nice.
strawberry graham cracker biscuits. I thought they'd be good for my
Oh.
stomach.
That's cool. I didn't know there was ever any Hello Kitty like.
They
I
had
didn't
them
know
at our
that.
Walmart, and for some reason they didn't sell over Christmas, so they're like $1.50 a bag. So I
So
got
they're
them on
like,
a whim.
please, somebody buy them.
Yeah, so
Right?
I might have to go back and stock up because they're quite good. I like them.
Yeah, go back and get a couple more.
Right? How'd you do, Tammy?
Well, mine went well. I got my kiss. 2 kisses.
Ew, oh my goodness. How
I
many
gave you some
subscribers is that?
fireworks during the sprint because I was like, I don't know if Tammy, I don't know what is going on in Tammy's life right now, but I look, all of a sudden I see Tammy
He's
like
like,
going like this.
yeah. I saw it too. I was like, oh, she must be excited about her book.
Yeah. Well,
She got not only one kiss but 2. So now we're set for the rest of the book. You know, there'll be a kiss at the end.
Yay.
So
You know,
hey,
I saw-
I'm gonna. What?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I'm a little jealous because I swear your like books that you pick up like this always seem to be like super good, and you always get like this like romantic stuff, and I'm like, there ain't no romance in mine.
Well, I am gonna have to jump off because I just noticed my phone is at 10% and it's gonna die. So,
Okay.
Yep.
but I will tell you what I do have coming up on Thursday. My video is going to be called Murder on the Menu, and it's going to be 5 of my favorite food cozy series.
Awesome.
Yay, I love it.
Sounds fun.
That's awesome.
Anyway, love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah. And I got to. I've done forgot page 127 on mine. So
Nice.
Nice.
we're about to have a goat baby.
Oh.
Very different books.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, well that one I talked about in my my daily reading vlog because she comes across this guy and he's being very mean to this goat that's pregnant. Or no, not a goat, a donkey. It's a donkey baby. That's what we're having. Forgetting my animals, but anyway, he was being really mean to the donkey, and she got mad, and so she's like, kind of like, you're gonna follow me. She was gonna buy that donkey from that guy. She was mad, being mean, and so now they've got the donkey, and she's about to have a baby. So
Well, good. I'm glad. It's not nice.
I was like, well, that's something interesting that the
That's
couple
happening.
that the couple can go through. Will that make them closer?
Maybe they're leaving. No.
Oh boy.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Where was I? There I am. And just one page away, it said dinner is a petite steak, but baked potato and asparagus. A book is a +1 for murder, and I'm also working on a call for kelp. Yay!
Yay.
Oh, I love a +1 for murder.
2 good ones in one go. And Annie says, my sister fell in the snow and broke her right wrist and finger on left hand. She has to have surgery on her wrist tomorrow. There was ice under the snow, and she was walking her 2 dogs. Oh, no.
Oh, Annie, I'm so sorry. Oh. Well, we'll be thinking of her.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm so sorry she had to deal with that.
So be careful. Sometimes it's not just snow you are walking on. Yes.
Very true.
And just one page away said, Sarah, are you feeling much better now?
I am feeling better. It's just my stomach is a little off. So hopefully we'll be back to normal tomorrow. We'll see.
And Sock says that Kristen Higgins lives in the next town south of me. She was at a library's romance only book sale and chatting. Her husband is a firefighter.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
She calls him McIrish on her Facebook page and stuff. She doesn't, I love that. It's delightful.
That's cute.
And Elevator says, yeah, that I once like face planted into the ice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you got to be so careful.
Scary.
And Emily was like, oh no, to Annie. I hope she heals well. Yeah.
Mhm.
Goodness.
Hermione says to Socks is probably the same author as I think she was quite popular in the 80s and 90s, as she had quite a few books under her name.
Oh, okay.
That Bobby Smith, probably. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then Melmac said at Cajun, is it spicy or kinky? If so, give it to Tiffany and Storm as book
They'll take one for the team.
the mystery or whatever she's reading. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but now I think I need to look it up though, just to see what it's about because I'm curious.
I'm splashing Melmac with rain. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, okay. I see. That's what you were doing. I was wondering. I could splash her with some rain outside. I didn't think it was supposed to do anything yet. I'm like, why is it raining? It won't happen till tomorrow. I don't need it to get here early. Then we might have more yucky, and I don't want more yucky. So. And
for sure they're different, but
Romani says, "Nah, Kristen Higgins and Christine Hanna are different people. Higgins told me that she gets the KH fan mail sometimes.
I'm sure.
I do know I have to often look to see whose name I'm spelling because Kristen Higgins was with the A and Kristen Hanna's with the I.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Cajun says, no, it's disturbing.
Well, that's even worse than kinky.
Yeah.
Kinky I can handle, disturbing not.
And then Sock says, thanks for the author update. And then she said, sorry, I meant Bobby Smith. Because I figured that was who you were talking about.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. And said, sorry, should have clarified. Yeah, that's okay. Got so many authors that everybody's talking about sometimes.
Right?
Yeah, true.
Sock says, to be honest, probably wouldn't have helped me. I live in the land of confusion.
I'm with you.
And Purple Reinhardt says, oh my, Tiffany, last week, LOL. Oh, yeah, dying for strawberries. And yes, it was good. 5 stars for me.
Yes.
I know it's like she's trying to make us think of what we read last week when we're concentrating on this.
I knew. I remembered. I was like, I think it's a berry basket because I feel like that series is so underrated and I'm trying to get everybody to read it.
Mm.
Oh, liked, didn't love.
Okay.
Meant to say that she liked it and love. And then Melmac gave Cajun the woo, like little eyeballs, you know. And then Sock says Betty Niels was married to a Dutch fella, and also after World War II, romances with a lot of luxury foods and other goods after rationing were super popular.
Yes. That is very interesting.
Yeah. And she also says, I like Hamish getting blind drunk and staying that way for a quarter of a century seems like a totally reasonable coping strategy.
Like, sure.
And Cajun says, thanks, Storm. This was the only one I could find trying to make it a halfway anyway. Oh,
you can do it, Cajun.
You can do it. Esther says, I'm calling it night, ladies. All that cleaning off of the car all day wore me out. Night.
Yes,
Bye,
ma'am.
Esther. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hate
Bye,
that.
Esther. Get some rest.
And a cat says that Lone Popo is a good one. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. It was definitely a different kind of take on the Little Red Riding Hood. And Jill says, hi, everyone. Joining late. Hi. Emily says, I haven't slept well the last nights, probably last couple nights. So I'm going to get ready for bed and call it a night. Thanks for the sprints and stay safe, everyone. You too.
Hi, Emily.
Good night.
Hope you don't get too much snow.
Yeah, said didn't read much. Went downstairs to get my strawberry shortcake ice cream. Well, I want some.
That sounds delicious.
So 133 of 338. So I meant a little cake over ice cream and strawberries. Oh, okay. That sounds good
That
too.
sounds really good too.
Both ways, I take it. And Mother Goose says, I'm 17% in egg clear and present danger. Thanks for book corrects and fun night. Good night. Good night, Mother Goose. Hi, Jessica Lynn says, hello, ladies. I'm so late, but at least I made it. Has anyone got Julianne Lindsay's newsletter? She sent out her cozy cookbook. I'm super excited for it.
I didn't look at that yet.
I do get her newsletter, but I haven't looked at it yet.
Hi, Crafty Annie. How are you? And Kim got to 23%. And Robin got 27 pages read this time. Awesome. Says late, but here, yeah. And Angel says I'm on chapter 16 of 44.
Nice.
And Kat says watched the middle grade March announcement video and read another page in the Winter People. I saw that earlier.
Oh yes, that is coming, isn't it?
Yeah. And Jill is almost half done with A Woman of Winton.
Nice.
Saying bye to Tammy. And Crafty Annie says, I went to the library today because they were calling for 4 to 8 inches of snow tonight. And while I have plenty of books, you can really, you can never really have too many, right?
You're my kind of girl, Annie.
Yeah.
Winter storm warning. Everyone else is going to Walmart, stocking up on water and toilet paper. We're all at the library getting books.
10%. Mine gets below 80%, and I get nervous. Yeah.
I saw a video that was like, this girl walked into the library and she said, how many books are you allowed to check out at the time? And the librarian goes, well, 100, but nobody ever does. And she goes, challenge accepted. And the librarian's like, well, I wasn't challenging it. She's already off.
That would have totally been my nephew.
Yeah.
Stack like this.
Yeah, I think that's a really crazy number. It's like, does anybody ever check out that many?
Right?
Right.
I mean, I guess like if you had a big family, that's the only.
And you were sharing a library card or something?
Yeah, I mean, because other than
like
that,
if you had a lot of kids, maybe, and like each one of them gets like 10 or something, maybe, but yeah.
Or maybe you live somewhere where you get a very long checkout, but it's very rural.
Yeah.
Never mind. Don't live.
If you're in one of those places where they have to take an airplane back to the place.
Yeah, you're in Alaska, like remote Alaska
Right?
or something like that.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, the checkout's 3 months because it takes that long to get back.
The dog.
Have to be like the whole year. Okay.
Crafty Annie said, so sorry to hear about that, Anne. I'll keep her in my thoughts. Yeah. And Barbara says, have a great night, y'all. Going to go eat and talk to you all Sunday. Yes.
Which is on Friday, Barb.
Yes, I was going to say good vibes. And we got some umbrellas. Yeah. We need some umbrellas. And Sock said to Barbara, good luck this week. Yeah. And also, Kristen is Higgins' mom's maiden.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Oh,
that's cool.
Okay.
And said the umbrella emojis are because Tiffany was splashing rain at me. In case you forget why, by the time you get to that's funny.
I knew what it was.
That's funny. She put up the umbrellas. And Jill says, when I was a kid, I started down a hill to play with neighbor kids. The next thing I knew, I woke up on my back. My mom saw it happen and said I fell and sprained. It happened and fell and sprained her wrist getting to me.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh!
The panic sets in and you just take off. Yeah,
right.
Sometimes that happens. Yeah. Crafty Annie says, I recommend Saint View Slayers versus Sinners, book 2 by Ellie Thorpe. Lots of steamy scenes.
Mm.
And Jill says, last week I finished A Twinkle of Trouble by Daryl Wood Gerber. 5 stars.
Those
Wow.
covers are so cute.
And Sock says, Crafty Annie, no, Annie, you cannot have too many. Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It was funny. Everyone was running for milk and eggs, and I was worried about books. Yeah.
Priorities.
Absolutely.
And Kim said, I did have hot fudge sundae today. Yummy. Oh, that sounds good too.
Yeah, it does sound delicious.
Kim.
And, Sock says, I think I have 54 out right now, but some of them are for a live stream. Wow.
Holy cow.
Oh, does she have a YouTube channel?
Bargain count. Yeah, bargain counter argument is her channel.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Mhm.
will go look you up and subscribe now. Hold on. I gotta do it now or I forget. That's just
Yeah. And Kat said, thanks for this, friends, ladies. Good night, ladies and friends in the chat. Good night, Kat.
hold on. I need that name again. Bargain.
Yeah, it's still there. Bargain counter argument. And just one page away says, have a good evening, everyone. Thank you. Melmac says, good evening, everyone. And Crafty Annie says, well, I have plenty of food.
I can live off of ramen if I've got books.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And then Kim says, my mama almost drowned when she jumped in the lane after I fell in. Oh my
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Stuff parents will do for us, eh?
Yeah. Your poor mama, you might give her a heart attack.
Right?
I'm having trouble. Bargain counter.
In
Bargain.
general, or just kidding?
What'd you say?
Never mind.
In life, in general, yes.
Yeah.
I got you. I
Right.
found you, and I have subscribed. Bargain.
Good. I'm glad you found her.
Yeah.
Your little profile is really cute with the
It
candle
is really
and
pretty, isn't it?
and the hearts. I love that. That's awesome.
Bye, Crafty Annie says, I have to take the man to work and get home before the storm sets in. Yeah.
Stay safe, Annie.
Yeah.
Annie, get there safe and back. No
Yeah.
falling. I feel like we've talked about it a lot now. Everybody be very careful.
Be very careful. And says that particular live stream is on every other Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So not expecting to see any of you there. But we can watch the playback.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
And said she was 6 or 7 when that happened. As I do have Sprint live streams every Wednesday at 2. If anybody wants to join.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. 2 o'clock Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all all not busy.
That's
And
right.
that is the last comment. So I think we've gotten down to the comments. What do you have coming out? Anybody, Tiffany, anything you know about?
Let's see. What is today? Monday? Yesterday I had my March Mystery Madness announcement come out.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist dressing up a little
I know.
bit.
I was like the only one with a fun intro this year because
All I wanted was bubbles to come out of that.
Yeah, I know.
The whole time. That's all I wanted.
I mean, seriously. I got spoiled last year being able to dress up like all the time. So I was like, oh, I can't not dress up. I just can't. So so I had that come out. I did a short review for Snow Time to Die, which is the 3rd book in the Northwoods. I don't know what day it'll go up, but I also have both wrap-ups I did 2 separate wrap-ups for Romance and Cozy because I read 37 books in January.
Well
And
done.
before anybody's like, how, why, whatever, listen, I was sick multiple times. I laid in bed and I did nothing but listen to books. And I don't have children. And sometimes on the weekends, I just like to couch rot and read. So,
And you know what else, Tiffany? You don't need to justify to anybody.
very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very
Yes,
true.
ma'am.
Socks. Tiffany is the Beach Bum Bookworm. And then I think you know Sarah the Book.
She knows me, yeah.
Yes, Beach Bum Bookworm. Thank you.
Oh.
And then the one that was on here before, it was Tammy. She's a Believe in Your Shelf. In case
Yes. Yes. Let's not forget Miss Tammy.
About Tammy. Yeah.
No.
Do you have anything, Sarah?
I am hoping to get back to blogs tomorrow. I really wanted to get to it. I guess I can do a January wrap up whenever. because I've seen people put up wrap-ups like 6 months later.
Yeah, I have
you
too. I'm like, well, that's
Yep.
weird.
You know, so-
you can put up wrap up. Yeah.
I might do it later this week. We'll see how I'm feeling. Like I feel good. It's just anyway. I think right now, like if you've been off for a little bit, even if it's just a few days,
It's
to
hard
get
to
back
get.
into the swing of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do my weekly wrap up because I've over the last 2 weeks I finished something like 7 or 8 books. So I
Wow.
need to talk about them. So get that done. But yeah, but that's pretty much it for me, other than the dailies that I want to get back to. What about you, Storm?
Yeah, I have a book haul coming. I still need to film the other half of it from when I went back and shopped a little bit, but I'm like, instead of doing the whole thing over again, it's like I'm just going to add. I'm going to attach because it's like
Oh, there you go. That's smart.
That's
it's
where to
like
do it.
2 days worth here. We're just gonna
Yeah, just add it.
Part one.
and like do like a little intro. You know how I've seen some people do. It's like well, I did this and I filmed it, but then I went back shopping and
This is editing, Storm.
That's right.
That's
That's right. Here's another adventure. Just add it in.
Right? Yep.
Mary Jo.
Right
Shocking.
there. Shocking.
Are you being sarcastic?
I try to behave. I do.
It's not our fault. I mean, it's not a book haul. I'm rescuing all those books.
Rest.
Yeah, that might actually be one of them. Yeah, I did go back and get it. too.
Really?
Because I was I think it was you, Sarks, that said that the novelization has a different ending than the movie, and so now I'm like, okay, well now I've got to read it because I want to.
Right? That's delightful.
And I seen it, and it was like selling on eBay for like $50.
Dude.
Oh, wow.
It was only $8, so I'm like, maybe I should just get it, and
Yeah,
then if
you know
I
what?
read it, I can sell it later.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, it could be, an investment.
Yeah, so
That's how you justify these things.
we are all so alike laughing.
She's my baby.
Yes, said yes, rescuing them. That is me. I feel like I'm rescuing them. And
What?
she said, yeah, it's like, on $80 on Amazon plus shipping. Yeah, there's varying prices. But what also, because she said there was a different ending, but also Tammy like messaged me and she's like, I seen it selling for like $114. So you may want to go get it and resell it. So I was
Wow. Yeah.
like, okay,
There's your
I'm gonna-
retirement fund, Storm, in that book.
I'll go back and keep that baby. It might be worth something later.
She's going to hold on to it like until it appreciates in value.
Yeah. That's a good find.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So I think that's all the comments. So thanks for hanging out. Here we
Thank
go.
you for taking over, Storm. I will be back next Monday for
Yay. So my daddy rescued both of us. Yeah. Poor dad.
Right? Poor dad. Sunday is another scavenger hunt. Just so.
And it's a new to you author, right? Is that
New
the
to
New
you.
author for scavenger hunt Sunday.
brilliant?
Yes.
Yeah, see you Monday after next.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And so thanks for hanging out with me, ladies. And
Thank
we
you.
shall say goodnight. So, and I feel like I'm tired, but I think it's going to be one of those where I'm not going to be sleepy. I'm tired, but I'm not sleepy.
I'm the same way, Storm. I know I should be getting to bed, but I'll be doing the same.
I'm definitely going to bed.
You know that.
It is definitely my bedtime. Thank you so much, Storm. Bye,
Thanks,
everyone. Have a great week.
ladies.
Stay
Thanks,
safe.
everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Bye, Storm.
Bye.